Hi everyone, I'm Rick.
Hi, I'm Andrea. How are you?
Wow, what a difference a day makes.
Yeah, it does.
Seems like every single day we're saying exactly the same thing.
Yeah, every day is different, and every day is challenging challenges and surprises. Actually, good surprises.
Yeah. But one thing that hasn't changed since this all began on Saturday night, there hasn't been any stricter
No.
regulation.
No, not since Wednesday night. That was the last time that the regulation would tighten
Right.
up a little bit.
And that's when they said that on Thursday the stores would close.
Exactly.
Right. So this is a bit of good news. Yeah, so this is good. I also wanted to take the opportunity. Thank you guys again so much for all of the comments and so on. If you want to subscribe to our channel, just go ahead and hit the subscribe button, or visit us on traveladdicts.co. And
we will update this every day, so you can read more every day.
The story is getting pretty big.
Exactly.
Actually,
our diary is getting quite nice. So.
And what's interesting is actually the differences between us going and eating gelato in the city center on Sunday versus today.
It's quite remarkable. Yeah, you can read the whole story, and it's quite interesting.
Absolutely. So today we want to talk about getting ready, and because we believe that it's a surety. This coronavirus, COVID-19, it's everywhere. And if it's not everywhere yet, it
will be probably.
It will likely be. And if we were able to go in a time machine and go back, 2 or 3 weeks ago, there are certain things that we would have liked to have known about this back then.
First of all, don't panic. It's not the end of the world. It's life goes on, and it's not that bad. It's a little challenging, but not that bad. So first thing I want to tell you, don't panic. Nothing to be too worried about it. Just follow your government regulation and guideline, and those are very important because a team of experts are going to work on these, and most likely they're going to give you some very good advice on what to do, what not to do, and please follow those guidelines.
Right. Exactly. Now, some of the things that we did were things that we do, regularly. But one of the things you want to do or think about is getting some extra medications. If you take medications for something and you normally get, for instance, a 30-day supply, you might want to think about getting, a 90-day supply, because the theme is just stay home. If everybody would just stay home, this virus would be done and over with in no time.
Yeah.
And it's what the government here has been telling us over and over and over. It's what the Chinese were doing. It's what's going on in South Korea. It's just stay home. So have some extra medications, household items.
Non-perishable items, but no need to stock up like a huge amount of toilet paper or...
Well, actually, toilet paper is like the only thing you really don't need.
Yeah, and you can find it pretty much everywhere.
You can find it anywhere.
Yeah,
exactly.
No need for that. Maybe some ultra UHT milk that lasts you for a long time.
Yeah.
Or non-perishable item like pasta and...
Exactly. Well,
canned food.
Unfortunately, pasta seems to have been the food of the day or pick of the day for people who are raiding the
and even here the supermarket the first weekend were kind of like empty.
Right. Yeah, the Sunday afternoon we heard after church everyone ran to the supermarkets, and we went on Monday morning and we noticed some differences.
Yeah, but the people stocking the shelves immediately.
They were stocking immediately, and by Monday evening, it was reporting on the news that everything was back to normal.
So yeah, no need to panic. Just
don't panic.
Get some extra supply, but nothing too crazy. The food chain is quite strong and never had any problem.
Absolutely.
So.
And in terms of the lockdown, we said that businesses are not open, but actually businesses that are customer facing are not open in general. So restaurants, bars, things like that.
Gyms are not open. Yeah, everything that is not strictly necessary is not open, but everything that is necessary, it's still operates as normal.
Right.
Or maybe shorter hour, like a bakery are only operating in the morning, not in the afternoon, but still
Yeah.
they still operate. So
Yeah.
you'll
Yeah.
find your bread, no problem.
Yeah. And so we've got that. So we've got the medications, we've got household items, we've got groceries,
And sanitizer,
hand
that was the
sanitizer.
only thing that we've been still not able to find, which is kind of funny.
Yeah.
And there's lots of recipe online for making your own. I don't know how effective they
Yeah,
are.
I don't know that I would. I don't know that I would trust
But
that.
yeah, the key is wash your hands
Yeah.
all the time.
Yeah. The CDC says for 20 seconds.
Yeah, all the time with soap all the time. So
If you're not sure about 20 seconds, you can sing the ABCs.
yeah,
If you sing the ABCs, just like they taught you in kindergarten, wash your hands and you'll be okay.
yeah.
What about some tips on what we can offer to
Well,
aside from just staying home?
staying home would be number one. Try to find something to keep yourself occupied because it can get really boring. If you work from
Hobby.
home, then you're good. If you don't work from home and you have all this time at home, so try to find something to keep yourself occupied. My mom was doing the purge of all the items in the kitchen she never used, so
Spring cleaning.
spring cleaning is another
Yeah.
good thing to do.
Spring cleaning.
Yeah.
And that's actually a good point. What about for those people who are working and have kids who are currently in school, but maybe the school might be closed? You're gonna. It's probably good to start preparing for that.
Yeah.
Because schools are closing all over the place, not just here in Europe,
Yeah,
but
in the States as well.
But in the States, and it's it's the chances are very high that
And
it's
that's
going to
symptom
happen.
number one. That was the first thing happened here in Italy, the
That's right.
school closure. On the supply topic, masks. Everybody's was running to buy masks, and these are really not necessary unless you have symptoms.
Right.
So follow the government guideline for masks as well. That's the best thing to do.
Yeah. You don't need masks unless you have symptoms.
Yeah.
And what are some warning signs or symptoms from this? Like there's got to be something. I mean, how do you know?
Well, most people don't actually have any symptoms, so that's kind of scary. But that's one thing that everybody's keep telling us.
Well, it's true that most people have no idea.
No
that they,
idea.
That they
So
have it.
they just been tested positive, but they have no symptoms whatsoever. But coughing, sore throat, and headache,
Fever.
fever, those are the common symptoms. But they're the same symptom of the flu, so it's kind of difficult to detect which one is which.
Right.
So, in case you feel those symptoms, like call your doctor or follow your government guideline once more.
Yeah, some areas have a phone number.
Here in
or
Italy,
a-
for example, they have a 1-800 number that you can call immediately, and they instruct you what to do. And another thing is incredibly important: don't go to the emergency room right away.
Right.
The emergency room are
Overloaded.
Overloaded. They're having challenges to keep up. So that's the first thing they tell you: don't go there, unless you've been instructed by some healthcare professional. Don't do that.
Right. Yeah. Stay away from the emergency room. Actually, I had my own family doctor. Well, every year here in Italy, they ask you to do like a routine blood work, and I got a routine blood work requisition a couple of weeks ago, but that's done at the hospital, and there's no way I'm going into a hospital right now. I mean, I can wait until
That's the only place you do not want to go unless it's an emergency. So stay away from the hospital.
absolutely.
Just because they're overloaded and they don't want to take care of other minor problems. that
Exactly.
They
They don't want to
have
be. They don't want to be fixing normal things, and plus it's a big risk.
Yeah, it's a big risk.
So,
So
so
that's very important.
that's our big message for today. In terms of differences between yesterday and today,
The general sentiment is a bit more cheerful today, probably because it's Friday,
Yeah.
and even though it's Friday the 13th,
that's true.
but it seems that the mood is a little bit more uplifted today. We feel definitely more.
Definitely. Actually, one thing that was pretty cool is the BBC called us today.
Yeah.
They were asking permission to interview us.
They watched these videos and they
yes.
called us, so which is kind of
Yes.
pretty
So
cool.
thank you, Abby. We really appreciate it. If you're watching, thank you for contacting us, and we really look forward to collaborating on that. And
Yeah, that's, I think, is the message for today. Follow your government guidelines
just stay home.
and stay home.
Just stay home.
Stay home.
Absolutely. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Take
See
care.
you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow.